Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. We'd like to welcome you to the 2025 Link to the Past Randomizer. I'm What's Up, and today we have a matchup between Incoherent and NTapple. We saw a flute right out of the gate, and there will be the inevitable sync up between streams here. Oh, there's a mail upgrade. Got 5-6 at Swamp, Turtle Rock, Pendant, Skull, and Meyer. Meyer and Gina is at there. Our Hera Crystal. All right. And there's our sync up. So here we go. All right. Ooh, bomb pool. Nice. Not having to invest into that right now. I don't think NTapple started at Link's house yet, because we are using their trackers, because I'm the only one working this race. So if it's not on their tracker, then I'm going with no, they haven't gone there. So that's slightly unfortunate for NTapple. There's a piece of heart. Green goo. Nice. Bombos. Another piece of heart. It was in Link's house, so I believe NTapple's only started from the sanctuary at this point. There's a heart container. Piece of heart. Moon pearl. And a shield. Okay. Did I miss something? Why did Inco skip the back of that? All right. Incoherent going ahead and activating the flute while we're here, which makes complete sense. That's an excellent question why we had it on sync. And we're going to have a resync here. There we go. Sick Kid hands us a red ruby. And a swagnet. Here we go. What in the... Oh, it's just arrows, but I didn't see that on the first go around. Hey, hookshot. Just some bombs, so okay, this should be the flute fine for NTapple, which is going to be unfortunate given they just were in CAC. Alright, both runners doing a blind speed check. Or race game check, that's what I meant to say. Fluting out and gonna pick up your nope. We're gonna bypass that and go right into this mini moldworm cave that NTapple is already at. Flippers, blue ruby, 50, piece of heart, and half magic. Where is Inko off to? We're going to go to Ice Rod Cave. It looks like NTapple's going to activate their flute. It's not you. It's because we are in all dungeons tile swap. So some tiles that are in the dark world are in the light world. So that's why you didn't see them go through the dark woods, because that's dark world already, technically, but it's in the light world, which is why you see the L's next to the magic meter. When we go into the dark world, you'll see a D there. And then each dungeon will have the corresponding pendant or... Yeah, I was thinking the same thing until I reminded myself that it was a tile swap. I'm not quite sure where incoherent or NTapple wound up at there. Meyer for green pendant. Hey, we got a quake. No, we do not. We've just already located it. If I'm not mistaken, that was in Blind's hut. Okay, so that's what NTapple did. They went up to the mountain. That's what I wasn't following. Ten arrows so far. Nothing on the mountain so far. Okay, looks like Death Mountain's a bust because we have the broken or the dark world. Hey, magic powder. And NTapple is going to the dark world. We see the corresponding D next to the magic meter now. And now he'll be able to get across the bridge, but we will only have access to stuff here in the dark world unless we happen to find a mirror. Compass, so we do need to make a trek to the big key chest because only seen the big key and compass so far. There's our lamp and a heart piece. Heart piece, red ruby, mushroom, and 10 arrows. And there's our map. So our final item is on Armos Night in Eastern Palace. Oh, hey, let's go look around Meyer Shed. And also see what I think that was ether, but I'm not certain. Yes, that's the medallion they marked. And just bombs there. As we make our slow way around Spiral Cave. And we find our first sword at the end of Spiral Cave. That feels bad for just having to walk all of that for there. But hey, we'll get everything going here. NT is off to turn in the mushroom. Inko is grabbing the old man to turn him in. And there's our ice rod, so no ice rod hunt today. Shovel. Okay, that's what I missed when NT was up here. Yes, but we either need another sword upgrade or a way to get through the barrier, which is, I believe, or either Cape or Berna are the two ways to get through it, other than, having Master Sword. Mail upgrade, I highly doubt we're grabbing that. I know NT decided to skip that. Bombs and more bombs. Okay. Everything goes the way they did. Inko should find the mushroom and sword. Okay, we're going to go check out the escape route. Going into Zelda Cell first. Oh no, we haven't even checked Uncle. I forgot. Uncle gives us a piece of heart while Inko finds his lamp. Gotta love lamp. And there's a heart container. There's the mushroom for Inko. There's our bow. So Eastern Palace is now completable. Just a piece of heart on the floating island that's connected because of the pipe we're in. And here's going to be Inko's round slow walk for his sword, which might lead him right to the same area where NT's at right now. There's our map. Okay, Inko's not automatically save quitting. He did there. Okay. I was wondering if he was thinking something else. Looks like we are. Setting up for a death orb. And there's going to be Inko's ice rod. Just some arrows in Zelda's cell. Is not going to the castle. He's going to go check the dig spot first. Nice. I wonder what this will be because we haven't had that checked yet. It's our boots. Ooh, nice. We can go quick now. This bombs in the Dark Cross. So we will find one of our small keys in the back of escape once we find our gloves. Or our power glove, to say the least. Okay, so he's going to go check East. Oh, he's going to go complete Eastern. I'd correct myself on that. All right. Thank you, Super Malmo World, for rating us and everyone rating in with him. Incoherent, I believe. Yep, we're going to go do the Zelda check and everything. And there's the information for them. Finding out. We're going to find Green Pendant and Mire. Yes, we are doing a tile swap. We're just a little bit into it. While it looks like we have divergence, they're just actually covering checks. The other one is done. The only difference is when NT hits Eastern here, they'll already have their bow to be able to complete. So that's going to be the difference between when he came compared to Inko, who had no bow. Nice. Stun drop is $20. That can be helpful. So there's other quicker ways to find money. All right, so there's one item right here, and then the other item we know is on Armos Night. Just from the way from having Incoherent go through the dungeon already. And just the way we're playing this, it looks like Incoherent's going to go through quicker, not just because of having boots, but just how they're attacking the guards. Some magic powder. Got a guard toss to take out the ball and chain guard. Save quits. Not going to do the one check, which was just a map if I remember correctly. We're going to go check it anyway. Map, and now back to the Armos Knights for NTapple. Here's the bombs to find out it was a bust going to Dark Cross. Revive, and I think we're going to loot over to Eastern and finish. Yep, we're going to be joining for a quick speed run to the back for incoherent since he's already done the cleanup in here. Apple going into their almost fights rate as incoherent, basically entering the dungeon. So it's that's our spread so far. So it's going to get a lot quicker because incoherent having the boots makes it a lot quicker to go through this a second time. There's our second thing, which is Ruby, and our first dungeon for Crystal. And a reminder, this is all dungeons, so we will be having to do AGA 1 as well. Will be NTapple's boots, and then I'm curious as where they're going to head off to after that. Incoherent knowing about the Ruby stash, grabbing that to start making a dent in the Zora money. NTapple off to. Oh, they're going to do the Bonk Rocks, that's for sure. Just a Ruby there, unfortunately. I'm gonna go check Ice Rod Cave. This is new. Quick kill done. There's the Crystal Ruby for Incoherent. We're gonna go do some of our swim checks. We know there's no buddy under the bridge since that's in the dark world. Hello, Raiders from SpeedGaming 1. Ooh, we just got our Master Sword on NTapple. Welcome, everyone. We have an all dungeons tile swap going on here. We're just a little ways into it. Both of our runners have completed one dungeon. And we have one in Zora and the other one going to Skull Woods. Woods being the new check for us. The Zora area was a new check as well, but there wasn't a whole lot to find. Like NTapple is going to be joining us here in Skull Woods. There's our big. Just missing out on being able to be grabbed by the Wall Master. Incoherent's gonna go check the big chest right here. Oh no, we're just gonna go around. Gotcha. Now we're gonna check it. Gotcha. Just a map. Art container, and that is it for Incoherent. He's dipping out. Where is he going to head off to this time? Like we're going to go do the waterfall area. Makes sense. There's not a whole lot available. Your Master Sword, which now puts in Aga 1 as our access to the Dark World. And I think that's exactly where Incoherent's heading off to, is going to go take out Aga 1 to gain access to the Dark World. Is very close on his heels, so we'll see both runners in the dungeon. And as a reminder, since this is all dungeons, there will not be any. Sorry about that. There will not be any blue balls, and there will not be any Aga warps, since this is all dungeons. Okay, and all of our keys are just where we figured they'd be, since we didn't find any in the escape. Are out of arrows for Incoherent. We don't need any for a hot second. timely fairy catch. Not anticipated, but well. Okay. And incoherent gets rid of his sword spins because they are more of obnoxious in this instance. Okay. And there we go. NTapple starting their run after 4 already in the bag for incoherent. There we go. Bag of 1 down. We have here on the pyramid, just money, not enough to waste our time, according to incoherent, so we're just going to keep on trucking along. We're going to go all the way over to Catno. Plenty of that because we don't have a hammer or a glove to get through that, so nice call. And we're going to jump across. Okay, looks like NTapple's going straight for Hype Cave. Let's see if it's Hype Cave or Disappointment Cave. Money, more money, and a mirror. Okay, for the most part, it was leading up to the mirror, which I guess redeems itself. And there on Lumberjack Ledge, we just got our money. There's our tempered sword. Just money there. With the mirror and whatnot, we could do Swamp Palace. So I can see NTapple going straight into that right here and knocking this completely out. Compass and money. There's thieves. Just a piece of art there. Correct. I think that's how logic works, is the hammer can't be in here. Okay, and if I remember the timing correctly, it's quicker to go to Argus, kill him, and then come back and do left side swamp. which will give you the. And then we'll also give you the big key as well. So you're doing 3 checks. Which we just found the big key, so that makes it a little bit more. Something could be on left side. Haven't seen anything of interest pop out of Thieves Town, but it looks like we're gonna go and unfortunately isolate the big key chest. Okay, Argus down, Swamp Palace down, Crystal 7 collected. I think there's still 1 dungeon item out of 3 of the checks. We found all 3 items for the dungeon in Thieves, so that means there will be technically an item in the big key chest. There's our fire shield. $20 piece to go to blind with. Let's see if we can find anything of value on left side swamp here. $300. That's nice for getting us in range of blind, or not blind, Zora. There we go. Blind has been taken down. And one of our 5/6 crystals has been collected. Here goes the swamp after this. Hope we get the 300, which will put him in Zora money range. And oh, that piece of heart. So we continue into Stumpy. Piece of heart there, $20 from Stumpy. We're just a 20 away from Zora money. I think there's the fee for, yeah. I don't remember what the fee is here, but we got to pay this. It was 80, so. Incoherent's going to combo this most likely into Swamp Palace the way that NTapple did. Check out King's Tomb. Over art container in King's Tomb. Let's see what Graveyard Ledge has. Just bombs, so unfortunately that was a bust. Victory Arrow. We're going to combo right into Green Ruby. Incoherent's going to go ahead and do Left Side Swamp first go around. Surprised Tapple isn't grabbing the money so they can be closer to Zora, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it. There's Zora money for Incoherent. And Pod money. Curious if Incoherent's going to turn around once they grab the big key here. Diver down. Good. Big key found. Nope, not going to grab it. Gonna bet on more items back here, which is a good guess. Right, so both players are going to be isolating the big key chest and thieves now. Our swamp palace down for incoherent. So going back to grab the big chest. So unfortunately, it's a time sink, but incoherent needs to check that off his list. Understandable. Did not realize we skipped this one as well. Interesting. Go check desert. Agina and not checking the ledge, just Agina. And we had the Kano turned out. Okay, that's interesting. No. Go to bot. Going towards the floating island. Gonna check the hobo out. There's the thieves done for NTapple. There's third dungeon. Fourth, if you want to count Agina's. And Book of Madura, so we can go to desert. Yes, because we do have the lamp to get into the back. Okay, so we're gonna go check Light World. Right, East Death now. Edboon Tower Hera there, Ice Rod Cave over there. Let's see what goodies we can find. Just arrows, so that's lost. Piece of heart, giving us our fourth piece. there. Map there. Now we can complete everything. And find the last item on mobile and have an item down in the basement. Scam artist confirmed. Vault Form given us key to the basement and our crystal for our 5th dungeon. Incoherent's going to go ahead and knock out their Tower of Hera. Okay, everyone, time for a quick water break if you need one. First, going to check our bomb template. Wait, no, that's the ether medallion. What am I talking about? Welcome in everyone from SpeedGaming 4. That is rating M. I'm What's Up. We are doing an all dungeons tile swap between NTapple and Incoherent. Both of our runners happen to be in Tower of Hera. Incoherent having just gotten in there while NTapple has been through there. We don't have a whole lot of divergence left for them. So we're both up here on the mountain. I need a glove to pick that up at NTapple. Rubies and more rubies. All the way down for Incoherent. I believe we're going to have our... Where are we going? NTapple. We can't do Spike Cave. Fabulous. We confused earlier. We had to go immediately to the Dark World. That's right. Apple backdooring our hookshot cave so he can get in there without having the power glove. That is a high IQ maneuver there. There is our ether medallion, so we can get into 10 silvers. And fire rod, okay. And our cape. Well, alrighty then. We can go do Skull Woods now. go look into Turtle Rock. Here I'm going to do the door into Hookshot Cave as well. Both players must be rather familiar with this mode, having know that they can do this. The Ether Medallion there for incoherent. Silver's incoming. $300 on Lava Chest. Fire Rod there. Ooh, embodied by a berry. For compass and the chain chomp room. Should be Mimic Cave, then Laser Bridge. Oh, Laser Bridge. There's a big key. Small. Big bomb. $50. Both of our players are done with Laser Bridge, going back, and no Mimic Cave because we don't have a hammer. There's the map for that. No, I was thinking of a different direction, my bad. And there's the key. Done there. Incoherent's gonna go do his other tricks in Turtle Rock this direction. I have a feeling this is gonna be Skull Woods for NTapple. Is the Dark Ride sprite for Rocco Sparky his dog? Sorry if that's nobody knows. Funky. That I knew it was something close to that. Did not mean to hook shot that bot. Okay, both runners are going to be doing a Mothula fight here. Careful, Wenty. And Mothy down for our next dungeon, which gives us a heart piece and our blue pendant. There. Kylie Island gave us $20. Possibly like incoherent skipped earlier. And this should be the. I don't know. We're going to be doing Ice Rod Cave check for NTapple. There is incoherent all woods down with for the blue pendant. Okay, so incoherent's already done their Ice Rod Cave check. So they'll probably go done there because they already know that the last item is not already been collected. So where are we off to for incoherent? We're gonna go do a Atlas check. Is NTapple going to be joining us over here in pod as well? E in the front of pod, a big shot. E for E. E. Business in the front, all the items in the back. And the key. So we're gonna hammer jump first. Bombs. E. On the south way, let's see what you have. The big E. It gives us the great and perfect time before we walk over and grab our big key chest. The hammer we don't needed because we have the keys. The ring has been found. Well, we need it at this time. And a compass. So our other item is on helmet sword. Do not have a hammer to get to them. So that will be determined later. Full side E. We got a little bit of layover between the two of them doing everything. The other's already done. Go ahead and make sure you give both of our runners a follow since they're putting on such a treat for us today, providing the entertainment. Both NTapple and incoherent are putting on a good show for us. Let's give them some love, everyone. Post how I put what I was thinking good. Could also be a desert as well. Wait that out. Over here shortly. $300. More money that's not really needed right now. Ooh, that's right. He hadn't checked Agina already. NT. There's our second bottle. Don't know if we'll grab it or not. There's a big key. Is the small key going to be here? Oh, wrong. There's one of two items found. There's the key for the right side desert. Alright, I guess we were done. Yeah, that's the second item. That makes sense. Okay. No need to go through the cannonball room if we're going to go right into Meyer. Convenient ferry drop. Okay, NT will be joining us here in Meyer. Yes, we are very gloveless still. Okay, do we find something here? Our Samaria. Now we can complete the dungeon. Now we can complete Turtle Rock as well. Yes, that was Arcane, the one that we were more interested in of the two canes. I don't remember if we need a glove to open TR with the current layout. I know we can get into Turtle Rock because we've already done Laser Bridge and Big Key Chest and up the Chain Chomp, so it's not like we can't get in there. It's just how inconvenient is it going to be to do it. There's fire down for incoherent for his compass and green pendant. Go do Turtle Rock. Question: are we gonna do the front of it, or are we just gonna rush right now? So NTapple is basically a mountain climb behind warp transition. So right, we're going back after trying that. Makes sense. Have access, capability. Why not? Head down. Move head down. Three heads down. And Turtle Rock down for incoherent. Is other 5-6 crystal, if I'm not mistaken. $50. That is 5-6. So our pyramid fairy is now open. Here we go. Into front of TR, so we did not need a hammer or any gloves as well. Down for NTapple. And 3 heads down. I'm not 100% sure on the logic of that, if that's a possibility or not. I think you're right, but I'm not 100% on it. Wayfaring Fox. It seems logical that that would be possible, but we'll see. Right, Pyramid Fairy, here we come. Being a little rude today, but we made it. Blow the whole length of the pyramid. New option for a ruby. Oh, there we go. We have a first glove at 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 20 seconds. Okay, we're also turning in a green pendant for 20 bucks there. Fortunately, not the right option. If you know, our best option is to go to turn in the bomb and get the pyramid fairy out. Fish, are you hiding anything of use today? Or are you just a complete waste of our time over here? Hammer. Yes, back of escape had not been accessible until we got our power glove. Not mistaken, that should be go mode. Wait, maybe. I think we still need the nets to get into ice power. Unless I'm mistaken. No, Tapple's not going straight to catfish. He's hitting the back of escape. He won't be getting his hammer right away. Here's the key to the rest of the dungeon, heart and 100 bucks. Yes, I do believe it's NGT to access Ice Round or Ice Palace. I'm gonna go finish up Desert really quick. Checkerboard cake, that's right. That needs to be checked as well. It's a bust, unfortunately. And Helmosaur down for incoherent. Or I believe the red, or no, last crystal. Alright, is incoherent gonna go to desert? Or is he gonna go to GT? Not 100% sure what the sprite on the left is, so chat, can you please help out? If it is, please let me. Back escape makes sense. Quick 3 checks. Unfortunately, not the right answer. Oh, ice is the last crystal. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. The desert, the red pendant. Oh, hardly. There can't be any progression on tablet. Maybe. There's our red pendant for NTapple. Wonder if they're going to do a blind ped check or they're going to go do something else. Okay, we can do magic bat. We can do hammer pegs. Wonder if either of these are the answer. NTapple is on their way to getting their hammer finally. Magic bag is not the answer. That was just a piece of heart. Apple while we check the hammer pegs on incoherent side. Ooh, Easttown Big Chest is still an option. I think it is an item. Which is exactly where incoherent's going right now. That would be kind of funny if it is vanilla mint. Okay, we do have an answer for you, 1372. It looks like it's the Atia sprite. Thank you for your research there, PTG Moth. And vanilla mitts it is. Ew. Especially after you had to go, how you had to go about getting that. Oh, given the fact it took us an hour and 22 minutes to get our glove, yes, it's very much randomized. Yes, mandatory double dip Thieves Town, which is yuck for anyone. But after we knocked out Desert and then we go to Ice Palace, it'll be time for a guessing game. Helmet down for NTapple. There's their crystal. Now I'm sure it'll be off to Ice Palace for them. Oh wait, no, they need to get their mitts. There's the pyramid hammer and catfish. Yes, that is correct. I don't remember where we got our Ethan medallion because that was one of the first ones we got. Desert Palace is down for incoherent. Looks like NTapple's going to go full head. Oh, nope, not going to blind pool. Ether was Hookshot Cave, which you had to go into Hookshot Cave backwards because we didn't have a glove. So that was a thing. All right, we are in straight go mode for incoherent, so this is going to be a very quick Ice Palace. Yeah, this seed has not been very great because we had to do Aga to get the Dark World, so seed's been rather rude all around. Which gave us our hook shot, I believe, on pedestal, on pyramid, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, we found sword at Spiral Cave. Okay, then I'm misremembering where we found hook shot. Yeah, so we did need a sword to get to Aga, but it was not in the greatest of places. No, yeah, you're in the same position I am. I'm not 100% sure where it was. So it could have been there. Oh, there's Ice Palace down for Incoherent. And NTapple's about to find their mitts. No, I think you're right. Now that I think about that, we did have our hook shot rather early, so it wasn't on Pyramid. All right, everyone. It is time for the GT Big Key guessing game. Get your guesses in now. I believe 1 through 18 is the correct amount. I believe that we can't have it on Bob's chest or behind Ice Armos. If I remember the things correctly. Thank you, Chloe, for VOD diving, finding out that it was the chicken house where we got the hook shot. So it was rather early in the seed. That's what I thought now that I thought back to it. But that was our confirmation. Thank you, chat, for helping out as always. All right, here we go. Time to go into Cannon's Tower. All right, we're going to do a Dark Magician route here, Incoherent. Oh, there's a key, so 1. Ooh, Butter Sword. Two, 3, 4, 5. Ether the Maroon. Yeah, it looks like we're doing a random rush. I think that was 8. There's Cold Stir down for NTapple, who should be joining us in Gan's Tower shortly. 9, if my count's correct. Okay, so my count was off. Thanks for the verification. 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, who gave us a left? And was it Chest Jerk? It was Chest Jerk. Congratulations. right. The question now is, will NTapple be in the dungeon before incoherence at AGA 2? Oh, that's backwards. Alpha's not wanting to cooperate for incoherent. Because of us having tile swap, that was a requirement to get in. Because you had to get to the dark world to get into GT, so yeah, you had to unlock. Just because we're in tile swap. Otherwise, you would normally needed it to get into TR. So if he does the full rando rush, then NTapple's on the right path. But we'll see after this, because they could mirror out afterwards. Given that they got the ether out, I'm doubting it now. Two down. Not checking that. No big deal. We know where Gold Sword is, so it's not like it would have given any upgrades. Alright, time for some geometry. 2. 1. Ganon should still be in his normal place. We're not doing entrance randomizer. Alright, AGA 2 down. Let's go roast us a pig. So get your pork quarters in before we roast them. Again, because we are in all dungeons mode, there will not be any extra Ganon warps on our fight here, so we'll be good to go. Oh no, silver's my true weakness. Glitch engage, not that we need it. All right. As long as we get across this bridge, we will have our winner for this match. Get your GGs and chat for Incoherent. All right, we get across the bridge, and we have an official time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 13 seconds. Again, get your GGs in chat for Incoherent. The good thing is NTapple did pick up the bottle with the fairy in it, so even if they do die here, they still have a fairy to revive them. All right, Landmo 2 is down. Let's go. I will check for you if there are any more races today. I think there's one more. I could be wrong. Yes, there is one more at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on SpeedGaming, which is Leaf versus F. Coughlin for our cross keys. Then we also have on SpeedGaming 4 Deep Fried versus W. Garrison, which is another tile swap, like what we have here. So that is what we have in store for the rest of the day. So Dos Mas, to correct you there, 1372. Here we go. Dumped across. And here we go to Aga for NTapple. Two for NTapple. Unfortunately, that round didn't work out for him. One there. One there. And at this time, I am joined by our winner of the match, Incoherent. GG's, Inco.
Thanks.
How about that Dark World access to start?
I was not happy with my Blightwood routing. I thought I was late to that sword, and like I was hoping it was going to be in the castle. I could just go in there and do it. But I felt bad about that. Like this seed is interesting. Like the double glove hammer go mode at the end is something you don't get very often in any mode. But
yeah, that
like
was interesting.
On a lot of it, and I'm a little surprised to have won, especially by this margin.
You got to the boots first, so that helped you out, and then, yeah, pretty much once you got the boots, you started to pull away, and everything just happened to line up a little bit more linear for you.
And like going back to the thieves when I did, because all my other checks are terrible.
Yeah, and that was ironically the right call. Who would have figured vanilla mitts?
I mean, my other checks are Hera Basement, which is a loser for me because I skipped it earlier, Spike Cave, Mimic, and I think that was it.
Yeah, I think so.
And like Mimic isn't as bad in this mode as it is in regular TR, but still, you don't want to make another lap on the mountain for it.
Yeah. and just that sequence there at the end to get your glove, to get your hammer,
The
to get the,
required AGA for hammer by proxy.
yeah, that was also interesting. The AGA required to get into the dark world. All right, everyone, get your GGs in for NTapple, who finishes with an official time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 20 seconds. Again, get your GGs in for NTapple. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, like you were saying, that AGA required to get into the dark world, which ultimately got you your hammer at Catfish.
Yeah, like I noticed that Thieves Town was the kind of Thieves Town that doesn't require the big chest, and so it's not hammer locked. I was like, okay, maybe I should do that with the green pendant, and maybe that will be the answer. Oh, look, a glove, change of plans. I should go to Catfish. Oh, look, a camera, change of plans. I should go to the pod.
Yep. All of a sudden, start needing to go back to Kakariko area, do the hammer checks.
Oh, that was the other check, was checkerboard, which is in a terrible spot in this loadout.
Yeah. And unfortunately, NTapple did check both of those, the basement and checkerboard. So
I mean, the nice thing about checkerboard there is you just do it and you do desert because you have a glove now and can finish. It's like it's not as bad, but I was sort of debating it, and then it just sort of... I went to CAC and I went, I should probably do Thieves' Big Chest while I'm here.
good thing you did, since you were the first one to find the mitts, and obviously that was the right answer.
Yeah, with how sparse the checks were, that's probably a couple minutes to the margin right there.
Yeah. Okay, are we gonna be joined by NTapple as well, or don't see them in the waiting room? So oh, there they are. Go ahead and come on up as soon as you can. NTapple. It might even be NTapple now that I think about it. And now we are joined by our NTapple at this time. GG's.
GG's.
GG.
How about your Dark World access through AGA?
It was, I think, one of the strangest seeds I've played in a while, with getting neither hammer nor glove anytime soon. I don't know when it was the first glove at 1:30 or even later. Really strange.
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Incoherent found it around the 122 minute mark. And so, yeah, the 130, since you were a little behind NT, that sounds about right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was hammer double glove go mode at like the 120 mark or something. I don't even remember
Yeah.
what it was, but you had to
And
go
then double dip in TT with the glove there on big chest. I don't know. I did not like the seat at all, and had a lot of double and triple walks here and there, and yeah, everything took a lot of time.
I thought it was fun, except for the stakes. Like, if this were just a random pickup race, this would be really fun. As a tournament race, it's a bit stressful.
Yeah, I had my cross keys match against Plasma Kappa before this match, so I hoped it was a bit faster match this time around, but yeah, nope. Was also a fun seat.
Also, I swear I got hit by a dead rock every time I went up the mountain. Every time.
Well,
like,
there
yeah,
was a...
speed up the mountain and there's a dead rock. Quick speed up the mountain, there's a dead rock. I think one of them was a boulder, just to be different.
Well, there was a guard that kept going after NT, so...
Yeah, they
both of you had
multiple guards. One red guard when crossing to Iru Castle, and the other one when I left from Pyramid. Yeah, these two were really annoying for me.
I think I kept trying to dash past that blue guard on the east of the pyramid, and you can't do that, apparently.
Yeah, I tried it 2 or 3 times and it never worked.
Things you learn with this mode, I guess.
Yeah. The
Maybe you
title
should
swap
check
is
Zora.
definitely
What
interesting.
was there? I did not have money in at the beginning, and then I decided to never go there.
Nothing important. I mean, I took the sword and left and came back later.
Okay.
I was trying to set up with, like, okay, the only way of farming that we have right now is stun prize. So hopefully I don't have to do that, but I'll set up a few of them just in case. And then the sword showed up, and I think Zora was my last 2 checks at that point, so I'm leaving.
Yeah, that
Watch
sounds
this stun prize 10 different enemies for 200 rupees.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, it was one of my last checks then still open when I searched for the gloves and hammer. So I was thinking, oh no, please don't be there. Otherwise, this game is lost anyway. Since
was
it
gonna be
was
with
really deep in the seat and I did never pick it up. I thought about taking it up when I checked Catfish, but I thought if it's there, it's lost, so I never went there.
I kind of did that with Hera Basement, where I skipped it when I was in Hera the first time, and then went to TR and went, I don't want to be back in Hera Basement ever.
It was only 3 bombs, something like that. Yeah, I like the mode in normally, let's say it like this. But the layout was really interesting this time, and was a lot of fun racing it, apart from getting the gloves and hammer so late in the seat. But nevertheless, it was interesting.
Yeah, like, it's a thing you can't really do as much in other modes. Like, imagine Big Bomb, Thieves Town, and Misery Mire for first glove.
Yep. I think that's only possible in such a seat or cross keys, perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, you need some way of getting into Mire, which is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, inverted would be possible, but
yeah,
that's
this
quite
is
similar.
Randomizing inverted versus not inverted.
Yep.
All right. Do either you have any words to wrap up?
Yep. Thanks a lot for commentating. Was a pleasure running against you, Incoherent. I wish you good luck for the next races. I think you have 2 or 3 open.
I have 2 left, 1 tomorrow, which I think if I win tomorrow, I'm in. That might not be true anymore. I know you won
Then
earlier.
best of
so that
luck
makes it more
and
complicated.
have a good night or good day. It's 1 a.m., so time for bed.
GG, thanks for racing, thanks for commentating. Thanks everyone involved.
Again, thank you both NTapple and Incoherent for providing us with this race today. I need to make a correction to something I said earlier. We do have a 3rd match on tonight between Clink and Brewers fan JP on SpeedGaming 3 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That is game 1, and it's an Animizer as well. So we've got 3 games to look forward to tonight. I've been What's Up. I want to thank you, chat, for being there to catch me on some of the things I missed and some of the things I had incorrect. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you, even though we had the auto trackers going. I still missed a few things. I want to thank everyone for being here with us today. I will see you all on our next randomizer. Have a nice night, everyone.
Bye.